fingerprint rainbows. So if friends have color paint handy dandy, that's what we're going to be using today. We're going to be needing a sheet of paper to put our paint on to create our rainbow. It doesn't have to be a blue background. I'm actually going to use like a white background. I'm going to be using my drawing pad paper. And then if you want, this is totally optional, but you guys can put cotton balls if you have them to be like the clouds at the end of your rainbow. You could use like stickers if you have them or glitter. Like I know I have my little glitter glue pens I might use, but we definitely need paint if we want to get our fingerprints on there to make our rainbow. So I am going to give us like a minute or two here. If you guys need to run and grab your materials, you can go do that. If you would like to give me a thumbs up so that I know that you have all your materials ready. Awesome. I see Miriam is holding up her paper. Oh, that's okay. So Shrish made a good point. Um, can I mix red and yellow and blue? I don't have orange and green. Totally fine. And friends, you actually don't have to do these specific colors of the rainbow. It's your rainbow. So you can do whatever colors you want. So say, for example, instead of red, you wanted to use pink. That's okay. Instead of green, maybe you have like a teal color. That's okay too. Maybe you just don't even want orange in your rainbow. You're going to skip that color. Totally up to you. So you guys can make do with whatever paints or colors you have. It's your rainbow. So it's however you want it to look. Okay, Maya, I see you have your hand raised. If you have a question, friend, feel free to type that in the chat, okay? I see Miriam has her paints as well, which Miriam, I remember because we have the same paints. All right, and let's see. Oh, Trish is all ready to go. Awesome. I'm flipping through our cameras here to make sure friends have their materials. And friends, if you don't have your materials, I know I say this all the time. That's okay if you want to hang out and just watch us do the craft. And then this is being recorded, so you can always come back to it later once you do have the materials and watch it on YouTube. All right. Maya, did you want to type your question in the chat, friend? I see you have your hand raised. All right, you guys. Well, we are going to get started here. So I'm going to flip my camera. Well, let me stop sharing first. I'm going to flip my camera just so you guys can see it. And I'll spotlight it. There we go. So you guys can see I have all my paints. So I have a lot of different colors here, but I am actually not going to use all of them. I think I'm going to stick with, I'll probably stick with like typical rainbow colors, which I know I just showed it on the PowerPoint, but does anyone remember what colors are typically in a rainbow? There's an acronym, Roy G. Biv. Yeah, so we might start with like red, orange, green, blue, yellow, absolutely. So I think I'm going to, and violet, you got it. So I think I'm going to stick with those colors. So if I want to do red first, I'll put my red here. I got my orange, yellow, green. Now I have dark blue and light blue, but I think I'm going to do dark blue. And then purple. So I have black, white. I have like a light blue and a pink left over. But I'm just going to move those off to the side because I'm not going to put those in my rainbow today. Now, I have more like liquidy paint. If you guys have watercolors, that works too. But I have a paper plate here because I'm actually just going to pour a little bit of each color onto my plate so I can make a palette. And then that way it's easier for me to dip my finger in it as well. Oh, Maya, let me see your question, friend. I watch this. If you put flour or some type of powder on something, then it will show fingerprints. Ooh, you're asking me if that's true. That's a good question. I don't know if flour specifically will work, but I do know that detectives do use some type of like powdery substance and they use like a little brush and they brush it on areas where they think fingerprints might be. And that actually is a way that they can really see the fingerprints to determine what they look like. But that's interesting. I wonder if flour would work because that is kind of like a powdery. substance. All right, you guys. So I put my red here. Notice how I didn't put too much. You guys don't have to dump out the paint. It's better to put a little bit and then we can always come back to it and add a little more later if we need it. But I'm going to move to my orange next. And then we got yellow. Are some friends using different colors in their rainbow? If you guys want to put in the chat, like maybe you're using pink. Oh, Maya, you said you're going to use your detective skills to see if your sister touches your stuff. I grew up with a sister. I totally get that. We always would take each other's clothes and toys and jewelry. But that just means you have good taste, right? Oh, does a fingerprint stay if you wear gloves? You guys are asking great questions. Usually, no. If there's that barrier in between your fingerprint and the surface, usually that does protect it. But I guess it also depends on what type of gloves you're wearing. But as far as I know, it would not show your fingerprint then. Alrighty, you guys, so I have all my colors here. I'm actually going to move my paints off to the side just so I have a little bit more room. And then we're going to get started. So first I want to think. I always like to pre-plan before I start creating my craft. So I'm thinking I'm going to do like an arch rainbow. I know some friends like to do just like a rainbow straight across the page. You could do that as well. Now I'm gonna use my thumb too. You can use a bunch of different, if you want to use all your fingers, you can. I'm gonna start with red. So all I'm gonna do is take my thumb, I'm gonna dip it in the red, and then I'm gonna put it on the page. Now I'm gonna go towards the outside because I want red to be the outer color of my rainbow. And then I just go around and do little dots. And once my color starts to see how it's kind of getting lighter and lighter. I'm starting to run out of paint on my finger. I can always just take my paints and redip and then keep going. And we're just going to do a big arch all the way around. I'm going to have to dip my red again. Let me slide this over. And this will take a little bit to dry, friends. So, oops. There we go. So there's my red. It kind of looks orange on my camera, though, I realized. It is red. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky because I have red paint on my fingers. So should I dip it in the orange or will it mix the colors? It might mix them actually. So if you guys want to use a different finger or a different or go get a paper towel and just kind of wipe your finger off, you can. I am gonna actually run and grab actually maybe I'll use this. I'm just gonna wipe it off on this piece of paper here. Okay, there we go. All right, and now I'm ready for my orange. So I'm just gonna turn my plate, go to my next color. Same thing, dip my finger in. Now I'm gonna layer it right underneath the red. So it's like a whole new row of color. Has anybody ever finger painted before? It can be a little messy because it gets all over your hands, but it is fun. So someone said yes in kindergarten. Yeah, it is a fun activity. All right, you guys. So we'll finish our orange row here. Voila. How's it looking? Malia said in preschool you finger painted. Did you guys finger paint rainbows like this? Oh, somebody said they painted their whole hand. So you did like a hand print. Very cool. All right, you guys can probably guess what's next. We did red, we did orange. What color are we thinking now? Not blue yet. Oh, it was blue. Your hand was blue. I see what you're saying. Yellow. Yeah, let's move on to yellow. So again, I'm going to dip my finger in the yellow paint. And I'm going to go right on the inside of my orange. And we're just going to go all the way around. One thing, friends, is try not to touch the other paint. It gets a little tricky as we get closer and closer to the inside of the rainbow because your paint is still drying. And you're probably going to have to let this sit and dry somewhere once we're done with the activity too. Yes, you got it, Matthew. Wojciech. That's how I remember the colors too. That's a good acronym. I know we were talking about some acronyms last week for Space Week too. All right, guys. We did our red, we did our orange, we did our yellow. What color comes next in our rainbow? If you're following Roy G. Biv, like I said, you can also do whatever colors you want in your rainbow. So, what does the G stand for? Green. You got it. So, let me grab my plate here. I have my green right here. So, I'm going to again dip my thumb in it and go all the way around. Do you guys have a favorite color? Mine's purple, so I'm lucky. I am going to put purple in my rainbow. Conley, you like purple too? Awesome. I teach third grade, and some of my friends in third grade say they like all the colors. Their favorite color is rainbow. Ooh, glitter, like a glittery, sparkly colors, pink, purple, and sky blue. Those three would look really good together too. Ooh, teal, purple, and sky blue. Emery, you like yellow? That's my niece's favorite color. I love when people say yellow because it's a color that I feel like you don't hear people say a lot is their favorite, which always surprises me. It's just such a happy color. I think if purple wasn't my favorite, yellow would probably be my favorite. Indigo. Yeah, indigo is like a mix of blue and purple, right? It's like a deep purple or a deep blue. Already, you guys, we got red, orange, yellow, green. What color comes next in our rainbow? I see Shrish's just trying to show me with his hands. Blue, you got it. So let's go to blue. Whoa, my blue and my purple look exactly the same, I feel like, on my camera. But this one is blue. So I'm going to dip my finger in the blue. Same thing, you guys. We're going all the way around here. And we're actually almost done with the painting part of our rainbow. Ooh, and it's okay if you have to turn your paper too to make it a little bit easier. So like I said, it gets tricky as we get more towards the middle. Oh, it's looking so good. Does anybody want to show any updates they have so far? Husband said, how are you making it look so easy? It's tricky. Oh, Miriam, I like how you did like a line rainbow. I've seen rainbows in the sky that look like that. Abira, you did such a nice job. You did like a curved rainbow, like an arch rainbow, like me. Helen, that looks so good. Oh my gosh, you guys are so good at following along. And I love how we're using different colors. Maya, that looks incredible, Fran. It looks really cool on the blue paper too. I know I'm doing mine on white paper. Nice. Okay, you guys, well, we're almost done here with the paint. Our last and final color, if we're following the Roy G. Biv, would be, I see Miriam showing me on her finger. Yeah, it's going to be purple. I saved my favorite for last. So we're going to, again, last one. Dip our finger in and go right around the arch. We don't need as many purple fingerprints because it's pretty small arch here. Voila. And there is my, not finished yet, but there is my painted rainbow. Now, here's where we get to get, and see, look how much paint I have left over on my plate, you guys. That's why I said definitely squirt a little bit of paint at a time because you're not going to use all of it. But if you want to save that paint for later, you could always do like a picture with it. That way you don't just have to throw it away. All right, you guys, I'm going to pause there. Does anyone want to show their final painted rainbow, their final product? If you want to hold it up to your camera. Awesome, Miriam. It looks so good. Abira and Maya, fantastic. Maya, did you put some light blue in with yours too? I love that. Helen, that looks fantastic, friend. Let me flip back through cameras. I think I might have missed a few people. Oh, Shrish, nice job. Wow, you have a cool workspace, Shrish. You have a lot of fun art tools. I love it. All right, you guys. They look so good. Okay, so now's where we get to make them super creative and unique to us. Oh, Abira, you used washable markers? Well, that's a really cool idea. That's a cool workaround. I love how you guys get so creative too if you don't have the materials. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is we are gonna add our, you could do cotton balls for clouds if you want. The only thing is your paint is wet. So remember, just to be careful with that. So I'm gonna flip my camera just so you guys can see. I have a big bag of cotton balls here. So I'm not going to use all of these. I'm only going to use a few, but I think I'm going to do kind of like what the example did that I showed you guys earlier. I think I'm going to put them around the base of my rainbow. Now I could use glue on them, but honestly, the paint is still wet. So I'm actually going to stick on my cotton balls now. So that way when the paint dries, hopefully these dry with it, but I'm just going to put them. Ooh, like this red paint already dried. So I'm going to have to put some glue on this one. But I'm just going to lay them out first just so I can see what it's going to look like. I'm going to put some on the other side. And if you guys want to, you don't have to keep them as little cotton balls. Cotton balls are cool because you can actually pull them a little bit and kind of make them look how you want. I feel like if you pull them, it kind of gives them more of a fluffy look. So it looks a little bit more like a cloud. Put those there. Like I might, oh, I guess that one's already going. I'll pull this one since it's, you can use a glue stick to glue these down, but I noticed that if you have like liquidy glue and you squirt it on, that'll make it stick a little bit better. Now I did one row of cotton balls, but I think I might do like a little thin second layer here. Like right here, I might put some more. See, I'm just kind of pulling it a little bit. Some here. And you know what, guys? I think I'm actually going to leave it at that. I don't know if I want to put more. But what I am going to do instead is now I'm going to get my glitter out. Because I know some friends in here from last week love glitter. And I have a bunch of different glitter pens. Let me show you guys. Ooh. Do we have a color you guys want me to use? I have like gold, pink, purple, green. Ooh, someone said use the silver one. I think I do have a silver one. Let me see if I can. Oh, you know what? I might have used my silver one up during Space Week because I don't see it in my pile. I do have like this really light pink though that might show up kind of as silver. Maybe we'll try this one. And I can put my glitter wherever I want. If I want to put it in my rainbow, I can. I might try to put it like around the edge of my rainbow like this. Just makes it look magical. And then if you have a paintbrush, if you are using glitter glue, the paintbrush is nice for helping to spread the glitter glue around. So like here's my paintbrush, but I want to be careful because I don't want to paint my fingerprints. Just kind of spread the glitter a little bit. And you could even do glitter as your whole background. I know some friends had like space stickers last week too that they added. If you guys have stickers you want to put on, you can do that too. Like I said, this part's fun because you get to make your rainbow super unique, however you want it to look. So there's a little bit of glitter. I could always put more in the background or maybe do some like in between my fingerprints. Also, friends, if you wait till your rainbow dries, then you could always do glitter over top of it. I'm gonna pause there and I'm gonna flip my camera and hold it up just so you guys can see. And I want to spotlight some of our other friends, so I have to be careful so my cotton balls don't fall off. But here's my rainbow. It's a little hard to see my glitter when I hold it up this way.